In the busy world we live in, time feels like it is always slipping away. We wake up, rush to work, come home tired, and before we know it, another year has passed. Many people feel like life is too short, like they never have enough time to do what truly matters. But what if the problem isn't that life is short, but that we waste too much of it? This is the question the ancient Roman philosopher Seneca asked in his famous essay, Beyond the Shortness of Life. And even though he wrote it over 2,000 years ago, his words are just as important today as they were back then. Seneca was a wise man who lived in Rome during the time of emperors. He was a teacher, a writer, and even an advisor to the Emperor Nero. But more than anything, he was a thinker who understood human nature deeply. In Beyond the Shortness of Life, he tells us that life is not short. It only feels that way because we misuse our time. We spend too much of it on things that don't matter, chasing wealth, power, or the approval of others. We let ourselves be controlled by distractions, by empty pleasures, or by worries about the future. And before we know it, we look back and realize we have not truly lived. One of the biggest reasons Seneca's essay is a must-read is that it forces us to think about how we spend our days. He says that many people act as if they will live forever. They delay their happiness, telling themselves they will enjoy life later, after they make more money, after they retire, after they finish this or that task. But time does not wait. While they are busy planning for a future that may never come, their real life passes them by. Seneca warns us, you are living as if you were destined to live forever. No thought of your frailty ever enters your head. Of how much time has already gone by you, take no heed. Another powerful idea in Beyond the Shortness of Life is that we often give our time away to others without thinking. We let people waste our hours with meaningless conversations, with gossip, or with demands that add nothing to our lives. We say yes to things we don't care about just to please others, and in doing so we lose pieces of our own life. Seneca tells us that time is the most precious thing we have, more valuable than money, because money can be earned again, but time, once lost, is gone forever. He writes, people are frugal in guarding their personal property, but as soon as it comes to squandering time, they are most wasteful of the one thing in which it is right to be stingy. But Seneca does not just point out the problem. He also offers a solution. He teaches us that the key to a fulfilling life is to live with purpose, to focus on what truly matters, wisdom, virtue, and self-improvement. He tells us that if we fill our days with meaningful activities, learning, reflecting, spending time with those we love, we will not feel that life is short. Instead, we will feel that we have lived deeply and fully. He says, life is long if you know how to use it. One of the most striking parts of the essay is when Seneca compares life to a ship sailing on the ocean. Some people, he says, are like passengers who never take control. They let the winds and currents push them wherever they please. They have no direction, no plan, and so they drift through life without ever reaching a meaningful destination. Others, however, are like skilled captains. They steer their ship with intention. They decide where they want to go, and they take action to get there. These are the ones who truly live, rather than just exist. Seneca also talks about the importance of reflection. He says that many people never stop to think about their lives. They stay busy all the time, filling every moment with noise and activity, because they are afraid of silence. But if we never pause to reflect, we never learn from our mistakes. We never ask ourselves if we are on the right path. Seneca advises us to spend time in quiet thought every day, examining our actions and our choices. This way we can make sure we are living wisely, not just passing the days in a rush. Another reason Beyond the Shortness of Life is so valuable is that it teaches us not to fear death. Many people waste their lives worrying about dying, but Seneca says this is foolish. Death is natural. It comes for everyone. What we should fear is not death, but reaching the end of our days and realizing we never truly live. He writes, "You act like mortals in all that you fear, and like immortals in all that you desire." In other words, we fear death as if life will last forever, but we waste time as if we have an endless supply of it. Seneca's wisdom is timeless because it speaks to something deep inside us. We all want our lives to matter. We all want to feel that we have used our time well. But in the modern world, it is easy to lose sight of what is important. We are surrounded by distractions, social media, endless work, constant news, that pull us away from the things that give life meaning. Seneca's words remind us to step back, to focus on what truly lasts. Reading on the shortness of life is like having a conversation with a wise friend who shakes us awake and makes us see the truth. It is not a difficult read, but its message is powerful. It challenges us to stop wasting time, to live with intention, and to make every day count. Because in the end, life is not short. We just make it seem that way by how we choose to live. If you take one thing from Seneca's essay, let it be this: time is the one thing you can never get back. So use it well. Spend it on things that nourish your soul, that make you grow, that bring you joy. Do not wait for someday to be happy. Someday may never come. Live now, fully and deeply, and you will find that life is not short at all. It is only as long as you make it. This is why The Shortness of Life is a must-read. Because in a world that constantly tries to pull us in different directions, Seneca's words bring us back to what truly matters. And that is a lesson we all need to hear.